Hello everyone, my name is Graham and welcome to episode 3 of my Minecraft tutorial series. We'll continue where we left off. In this episode, I'm going to teach you all about upgrading your tools and finding easy early game food. As you can see, it's still very dark out there, so we'll start by doing some other housekeeping tasks. I've expanded our shelters slightly just to give us a bit more room to move around. If you look at the hotbar, you can see the durability of my pickaxe has gone down considerably. If I had to continue using it, it will simply break. Instead of waiting for that to happen, we can craft ourselves an upgraded tool and use our old wooden pickaxe for something else later. Minecraft has various tiers for tools and armor. When it comes to tools, the most basic is wooden tools. One better would be stone, then iron, and later even diamond tools. But we'll get to all of those later in the series. Let's do this. First, we need to craft a few sticks. Then, once we have all the correct items in our inventory, we can select the recipe for the stone pickaxe we want to craft. And as soon as we've crafted our first stone tool, we should get the advancement. As I mentioned earlier, we don't want to get rid of our old wooden tools, because we can actually use them for other things too, like fuel in a furnace. So, while on the subject of a furnace, let's craft one. Clicking the furnace recipe, we can see it's just cobblestone in a circle. And with that, we've unlocked some more crafting recipes. While we are here, let's craft ourselves a stone axe as well. Perfect. Now we have some stone tools. They work in exactly the same way as wooden tools, but the advantage is that they last a little bit longer and work slightly faster. Just looking around, I realized we were quite lucky that we found coal so close by. But if there wasn't coal in our spawn area, that's not a problem either. You can chop some trees and make some charcoal instead. To show that, I'll need our furnace. Right-click to place the furnace, and right-click again to open the furnace interface. We can add one log in the top slot, and our old wooden tool in the bottom, which will act as our fuel. I told you we'll have another use for our old tools. As a challenge, feel free to experiment and see what else can be used as fuel in the furnace. Charcoal and coal work in exactly the same way, as you can use either of them in various crafting recipes. So there you go. If you spawn into a world and can't find any coal ore nearby, all is not lost. Just remember, chop some trees, and as long as you replant them, you have an infinite supply of charcoal. Yes, I can finally see some daylight. This brings me to the second topic of our episode. Now that we have shelter, our next priority is food, which we'll need soon. So let's go and explore the surroundings and find some early game food, something easy to obtain. So what I want to look for is some pork or chicken. We can even go and try and find some fish. Even though we don't have a fishing rod, it's still possible to get hold of fish. Now I did spot an ocean over there in the distance when I was exploring earlier. So let's head that way, as deeper oceans are a great source of food. Unfortunately, there's no life in this lake. It's also partly due to the fact that this world is actually from a very old seed, so the biome types have changed as the world got upgraded. Oh no, let's stay away from that creeper, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we have 3 sources of food. Piggy seems to be our first volunteer. All you do is take your axe or sword and then left click. And that will... No, don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. Oh. And there we go. We have ourselves some pork. And now we also want to get some chicken. Oh, come on. He saw the fate of the pig, so he knows we're after him. Gotcha! Let's see. We have some feathers, raw chicken, and raw pork chops. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, I hear footsteps. Ah, hello, Mr. Cow. Raw beef? Check. And there's some more eggs. We'll collect those too. Alright, we're heading to the ocean. While we're in the deep water, let's quickly do a swimming tutorial. As soon as you go underneath the water, you can see some air bubbles appear above your hotbar. If the air bubbles run out, you start suffocating. And no surprise, your health starts going down. Use the jump key to stay above the water. It takes a second or two to catch your breath, and then you can go down under the water again. You can actually swim too. While under the water, double tap forward and you'll start swimming, as you can see here. And here's some salmon. As we don't have a fishing pole yet, we can make Bear Grylls proud and simply punch them. This will take a few hits and can be a bit tricky at times, but let's give it a go. Oh my goodness. The alternative is to use a sword or an axe and do a one-hit kill. It's still a bit tricky, as you can see. These fish are fast. Finally I got it. Let's see if I can get another one. There we go. Whack 'em. Let's see if I can redeem myself and get one more. Wow, this is tricky at times. Oh dear, now we're drowning. Alright, enough with the fish. What we can also collect while we're here is some kelp. Simply punch the kelp, nice and easy, and collect all the kelp that you can. That's it. Let's see what else we can find. Squid? Unfortunately not. It would be cool though if we could. What else is there? There we go. Melons. Chop it with your axe and it breaks into melon slices. Alright, let's quickly do a stock take. We have 2 types of fish. We have melon slices, raw beef. I think that's enough for now. And we have some kelp. Alright, let's head back to the shelter and I'll show you what we can do with all this food. I'll be right back. Almost forgot. There's one more food item. We can also eat sheep. Let's make this as quick and painless as possible. And as you can see, a sheep drops wool and raw mutton. Okay, and here we are, back again. Let's go into the shelter. So now that we have all these food items, let's see what we can do with them. Many of these can be eaten raw, but they don't taste very well, as you can imagine. And some of them can actually give you food poisoning, like the raw chicken. If you cook them, however, they taste much better, meaning they restore more of your hunger, and the saturation they give is much higher. Now to cook these, traditionally we'd use a furnace. We can pop the raw food into the top and the coal into the bottom. But as this is early game, and you most likely don't have a lot of coal, it might be worth keeping our coal for something more important. So what we can do instead is craft ourselves a campfire. And the crafting recipe is pretty simple. It's 3 logs, 3 sticks, and a piece of coal, or charcoal. And now we have a campfire. What is really great about a campfire is that you can cook 4 items at the same time. They don't even have to be of the same type, and the campfire never burns out. And lastly, it gives you light, keeping the hostile mobs away, which is an awesome bonus. So, if we, for instance, place the campfire over here, there we go. So now when it gets dark, it will also give us some extra light for free. Now who doesn't like that? Now, let's try and cook a few things. We'll start with some kelp. So all you have to do is face the fire and right click. With every right click, it places an item on the fire. And as I mentioned earlier, up to 4 items can be cooked at once. One small warning, don't get too close to the fire, as you will take fire damage. As soon as the food is cooked, it'll pop off and lie on the ground where you can collect it. Let's see what else we can cook. There we go, we have some dried kelp. Now let's cook some mutton and some chicken. And let's see, what else? Maybe some steak and some fish. Oh, stop doing that. It's almost night time, but we'll wait for the food to finish cooking. There we go. We have our cooked mutton and our roast chicken. Oh, and our cooked cod and steak. Let's keep going. The pork chop and maybe a few more kelp. Place the pork chop and 3 kelp. While that's cooking, let's just double check that no hostile mobs are coming. If we take a step back, you can see the campfire is giving us light as well. Very versatile. As I mentioned, the campfire will keep burning and we can cook as much as we like. It only required 1 piece of coal, which is fantastic. Now we do have eggs, but unfortunately we can't eat eggs as is. There are no omelets in Minecraft, but hopefully one day. Okay, enough cooking. Let's get back to safety and then we can talk a bit more about our food. Dried kelp is probably the worst food, but in a pinch, it'll give you some nourishment. Now, to eat the food, you simply place it in your hand and keep the right mouse button down. As you can see, we ate 2 or 3 pieces and hardly did anything to our hunger bar. Steak and chicken, they are both very good. Now let's try some cooked cod, for example. Down the hatch it goes. And finally we are full, as seen in the hunger bar. Once you're full, you can't eat anymore. You'll have to wait until your hunger bar goes down, or when you take damage, as the healing process uses your hunger as well. As you can see, there are loads of food items easily accessible in the early game. And if you use a campfire, like we did out there, you can cook loads of things without unnecessarily dipping into your coal supply. And that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe for more such content. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.